folks have been asking how to help when you're in a setting where people touch. People touch and they may have things on their hands that we prefer not to have, and we don't have a lot of personal protective gear. We want to save that for the situations where we know we have a situation of danger, not just risk. So what you see is I got my husband's dress shirt, which is big for me, and it's buttoned up at the sleeves, it's buttoned up at the top, and what Melanie suggested, a nurse practitioner friend of mine, is fold the collar down and in so it covers up your clothing pretty completely. And then what I'm going to do is I'm watching my person. I want to go ahead and be prepared for the probability of touch. And that means I'm going to go ahead and put my gloves on, and I'm going to actually bring them up over my sleeves a little bit. Buys me a little bit, maybe not a lot. And the reality is if I'm going to be in this area, I'm going to go ahead and do this because Matthew is walking about. He's not going to be able to follow my verbal directions. He will not be able to frequently even quite understand what I want him to do visually if I get too complicated. So trying to show him the gloves and show him what I'm doing with the gloves, he has hand motion, but not necessarily finger dexterity. So what I'm going to do is be prepared for Matthew wanting to come up, wanting to touch, wanting to do things, and we'll see how it goes. Matthew. Hey. How is my favorite fella?
Hey.
Hey, Matthew. Ooh. So, just to review what I just did, as Matthew approached and he reached out with this hand, the other one started to come up, and I took my other hand and went under the arm and made the connection. Now notice my face. I don't look like, oh, the guy's about to touch me. It was definitely, whoa, and now I'm going to come back in close to his body. This elbow is behind his elbow. So that actually keeps him, try to turn toward me, Matthew. So he can turn toward me. All I have to do is dance backwards because what I'm doing is using my forearm and my arm to stabilize us. So I know exactly what his plan is, movement-wise, before he makes it. And then I gave him a pump through both hands with the flats of my fingers in his web space. Yeah. And then I turn my face forward so that if he does comment, breathe, do anything there, I've reduced the risk compared to face-to-face. And now I can motion, let's go this way, and then start moving. And I now have both hands. So the environment's safer, other people are less likely to be touched because I've already got touch under control. And at the end of whatever I'm doing, this comes off, and I have another shirt if I have to do it later.
Hey folks, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to help us spread Teepa's positive approach message around the world. And don't forget to click the bell to get notified when new videos are posted.